So we've been following a little bit of the Terra Luna cryptocurrency debacle. I've never seen anything like it, but it's a microcosm, a small petri dish example of what might happen to the world itself once the U.S. dollar, the world reserve currency, hyperinflates. And you'll see what I mean by that. But, there was some speculation about who was involved in dumping $250 million of this stable coin called UST to destabilize it and drop the price and literally have people's life savings ruined over a few days.
Assassinate a whole currency.
Yeah. Forbes.com responded to some of the rumors and has a headline here: Blackrock and Citadel deny trading cratering stablecoin, which was the Terra Luna and the UST situation. I'm just going to read one sentence here because the whole thing is like, oh, we deny it. There's no public record of anything of us doing any of that. But here's what it says. BlackRock, on the other hand, recently became the primary reserve manager for the cash reserves of another stablecoin, USDC. That's a United States digital coin, managed by Circle and Coinbase, and made a strategic investment in Circle's latest $400 million funding round. So, they're kind of saying like, yeah, we got our own stablecoin thing going on. But that's sort of a giveaway, too, of like, oh, you mean you're in competition directly with something like a UST and Terra Luna. There's absolutely incentive there to destroy this independent crypto project or whatever. But more importantly, I think what we're seeing is this headline from Euronews.com: global crypto regulation body likely in next year as COVID-19, climate, and crypto top concerns. COVID, climate, crypto. No, it's the Canary Cry Canarium. That's the triple C's, man. It's not the COVID, climate, crypto. They're trying to step in on our alliteration alliteration game. But this is no surprise. You knew that this was coming as soon as Janet Yellen mentioned Terra Luna UST stablecoin the morning after it started, the dump started to happen. And basically what happened was, again, I won't get into the details, but there's a stablecoin that's supposed to be 1-to-1 to the dollar, and it's backed by this algorithm. They threw it out of whack, and it started to fall. And one of the assets backing the stablecoin was the coin Terra Luna. And in order to try to bring it back up to $1, they had to burn UST, which is, again, it's this complicated mechanism, and it printed a bunch of Terra Luna. And the supply of Terra Luna went from 300 million up to like 6.5 trillion within a couple days. Hyperinflation, which is what's happening to our economy with the US dollar. They're printing so many dollars that it's causing disruption in the economy. And so it's kind of a little petri dish experiment with a small crypto thing to see what kind of, we've seen it in, third world nations with smaller currencies pegged to the dollar get destroyed with hyperinflation. So it's very similar in that regard. But it's just kind of, again, a petri dish of what could happen. There's rumors, and I think some of it has been verified, that people have committed suicide because they lost their life savings or millions of dollars because of this huge crash. And that kind of social engineering, and I guess that's kind of the warning here, is that this is small scale. This is some obscure cryptocurrency getting hyperinflated and destroyed in a few days. And we heard about 8 to 20, I don't know how many exactly, suicides that happened.
And you kind of compared this to what happened to the pound. It was almost the same strategy, was it not?
The same strategy.
So we've seen it with a classic, government-issued currency.
Right.
It's not even necessarily a new strategy. And yet they just pulled it off here, and it's kind of worrisome because it kind of shows that it's, the strategy still works.
It still works,
and we could see it done. We could see it done on a bigger scale.
It works with crypto that has a centralized authority running it, like a Do Kwon, who was head of the project. If you don't have a head of the project, which is part of at least publicly, there's no head of the project of Bitcoin. It is the only sort of the most decentralized project out there, for good or for bad, and that's another conversation. But there you go. I just wanted to mention it because I just keep seeing this theme, this Petri dish theme, where sort of the things that are being revealed are happening at a sort of a micro scale, and based on the reaction within that micro scale, I just want it to be a warning about what we can see when they start trying to pull it off at a larger scale. You know, it could be really ugly. So